So this is not the usual normal video that I usually do, but I saw this in my recommended. I've been watching this guy for a while now because I think he's new to the AOE scene that I know of, but I've been seeing a couple of his videos and then I subscribed to him. So he uploaded a video saying survival guide for hope chads, and I watched 2 minutes of it. I was like, yo, okay, I gotta react. I have to share my thoughts on it because some of you guys in the comments are you guys are starting wars down there that I don't want to be involved in, so I'm just kind of just looking at it, liking comments. I don't want to be involved in the war, but let's go straight into the reaction. So before we begin, it's okay. I was planning on doing a theory breakdown. Like, I'm just trying to do like a 5-minute breakdown of the theories. Like, we have the A&R theory, we have the jacket theory that I didn't even know about, so there's that, and then we have the Warhammer theory, and then we have the Mikasa theory. So I was gonna break those down for like those, like, for the people that do not want to get into it, because I know there's some videos that are pretty long explaining it, so I want to put it to like maybe a short format video where people can explain it and simply, like, it's just a simple breakdown of what the theory is. But I was gonna do that, and then when I see this, I was like, okay, so it's almost the same thing. It's almost like a breakdown, but yeah. And yeah, let's go straight into it. I saw the first 2 minutes on this, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Have been full of evidences and such from AOE, anime original ending for Attack on Titan, whether you actually believe in that, even though I don't really like to use the terminology of believing when talking about AOE. There has been heated discussions. There have been heated discussions all over the internet and Twitter and everywhere, and the subreddits, of course, about, and YouTube, about anime original ending for Shingeki No Kyojin, Attack Titan.
Oh no! Okay, we have Takamitsu. I didn't even see that in the video. I think I skipped like.
There have been some points. There have been some issues with this community of hope chats of AOE believers. Even though I do repeat that I do not like to use the terminology believers because it kind of gives the vibe that you are believing in something that, I don't know. It seems like a cult when you talk about believing.
No, okay, hold up. I don't know your name, but hold up. I strongly believe in AOE. Just because, like, there's so much evidence that it's like, how can you not believe in it? And yeah, it's sounding like a cult. Yes, like the Jaeger is like, we are kind of a little like crazy about stuff, but like
that you are believing in something that, I don't know, it seems like a cult when you talk about believing. It's more about accepting or giving the probability of something happening, given the evidences. So I made a kind of a hope chat guide for you guys to survive the next few months and even after that, since there have been many trolling happening lately, and I have seen people from the same community, from the AOE community, not really discussing things.
Okay, wait, hold on, before we continue. And I'm gonna be pausing a lot in this video. I know this is 7 minutes. I'm probably gonna end up making it 14, but I just have a lot to say. So, for him saying that there's a lot of heated discussions about stuff, the comments on my videos that you guys be making, it's like, I don't want to engage in it, but it's like something I'm like, yo, bro, like, come on, like, I can counter this, but like, you guys are kind of doing the job for me, so
as best
thank you for those people that are actually doing that.
It's kind of driving people away too at some point. I do hope that this video will end up helping you. کمکتون میکنه به طور کلی. So شروع کنیم. The first point that I would make when talking about AOE is that hope chats, fellow hope chat, do not engage in angry discussions. Do not get angry over the discussions about AOE and people ridiculing AOE. First of all, if AOE does happen, that it seems more likely than not, many of these people are gonna be very fun to watch if it does happen. Even if it doesn't, we have fun.
Dude. Some of you guys are clowning on me. I don't know if they're new to AOE or if they've just been around and they know about it, but some of you guys are clowning on me, saying like, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna be disappointed when it happens. The manga ending happens, bro. Just you wait. You guys are calling me crazy right now. You guys think I'm some like crazy conspiracy Illuminati theorist, bro. Once it comes, trust me, I'm gonna be so happy.
And you being angry happened. Even if it doesn't, we had fun on the way. And you being angry because of some people saying some shit about AOE or being like everything is an artistic choice, it doesn't really help you or the cause, or let's say it doesn't help AOE. Whether we like it or not, the vast majority of people in the AOE, in the AOT, Shingeki No Kyojin community, isn't really aware of AOE, and I made a video on the common myths and misconceptions about AOE, and many people had no idea exactly. They didn't really understand what was AOE, and because that was an issue of us presenting AOE not as it was. I will get into that later on. The second point I would like to make, it's a follow-up and continuation of the last part, is that, hey, do not engage NPCs and trolls. So the first point was...
Okay, hold up. About that, I don't know if some of the people that... Because the way I titled my video for this one right here, I put it as Attack on Titan's new outro confirms AOE's happening. So I guess I got a mix of AOE people and the new people that want to be like, oh, what was the outro? Like, what was going on? They thought it was gonna be a simple breakdown. I don't think I included any manga spoilers in that, but yo, so anyone that got spoiled, my bad. Like it was just supposed to be for AOE people, but I guess I got a mix of both communities, the anime onis and the manga readers. I got a mix of both of them, but some of them I feel like they could be trolling, so I don't do anything about that just because I don't know if they just want to like trigger me. Because there was someone in the comments saying, I forgot what it was, but it was just like, there's no way you're doing this just to trigger me.
The last part is that, hey, do not engage NPCs and trolls. So the first point was about discussing and getting angry with actual people that have some, they are not trolls, they just do not like to accept AOE for many reasons. There are some issues with AOE and how it's presented, but let's not get into that right now. You have some bunch of trolls. The trolls, they say do not feed the trolls. And about the NPCs, I did have a lot of them under my every single video that I made on AOE. And the funny part is, you have some dude, or not a dude, discussing and denying something that has been presented with evidence in the same video that this person commented underneath. They are just NPCs and trolls. They just repeat some shit without even understanding what they are doing. One of them was a very major one, that you can't really talk to these people, just let them be. And if they just appear under a video and they are trying and just saying dumb shit, it's probably because they wanted attention. Do not give them the attention they want. It's a pretty bad idea. It just feeds them and there is more of them. The third part is, do not insist on getting people into AOE. I try to not use the terminology believe again, because believing in AOE, I repeat, it's not a very, it just gives a cult-like appearance.
Okay, yes, I do agree with that. Just like I mentioned, the Jaegerists, like we are kind of like, you're either with us or you're against us. So that's kind of how like the AOE people are. Like we're kind of like on the Jaegerist side. Like, oh, Eren has to complete the rumbling, right? It does feel like a cult, but it's just like when there's so much evidence, it's like how can you not? It's like there's so much. But like you said, like yes, it does sound like a cult, and I will agree with that just because the Jaegerists are like pretty like we're kind of crazy on the AOE side. But
because
there's just so much evidence.
AOE, I repeat, it's not a very, it just gives a cult-like appearance to the whole thing. Do not do that. Let's not go there. Do not be overbearing, whether they accept the evidences and such or they don't. And let's move on to the next point, the fourth one. Give them the basic evidences they need. Do not go into the symbolism.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like those 4-minute videos I wanted to make about the Warhammer. The Warhammer, I mean, that's pretty easy. It's just he's using the Warhammer. But then we have the Mikasa, then we have the jacket, and then we have ANR. Like I want to make those 3 like theories and just make them very simple and short, just for anybody to get in. Like I don't want to overcomplicate it with overload with information. Like I just want it to be like, oh, this is happening, that happened, that's it. This is how it all connects. And then like I want to make them into 3 separate videos, like very short format videos, just very simple. If they want to believe in it, then it's on them. But it's like when I saw my very first AOE video, I think it was Always Tryhard. Like he had so much evidence on his videos. I'm like, yo, bro, like okay, thank you. Like this is what had to happen, because I was following him during like the manga when the manga was still going on. And I was like, yo, okay, we're good, we're gonna get this ending. And then when the ending didn't happen, I was like, damn. But yeah, if they don't want to believe in it, then like I understand. But I understand, you guys do you, I do me. So
the fourth one, give them the accept the evidences and such or they don't. And let's move on to the next point, the fourth one. Give them the basic evidences they need. Do not go into the symbolism and things that you have to have a clear understanding of what AOE is. And some parts of AOE in general, the parts about the symbolism and some of the theories, they are far-reaching, and we know that. It's fun to talk about them and discuss them, but you do not go and try to present them with something that is the complementary, supplementary, and also a far reach from what the actual thing is. Do not do that. That's not a good idea. I made a video on that too.
You're just gonna turn people off if you're just saying like my bird theory in my last video, saying that the birds look like planes. Like, that is very, very far reaching. But to me, it's like, since I strongly believe in AOE, I feel like that was a symbolism for the birds. But like, it is very, very far reaching for that. I understand that. So for those videos that I want to make, it's just gonna be simple. Like, I'm gonna keep it very, 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 very simple, because I don't want to like overload with anything. I don't want to be looking like at every single keyframe and be like, oh, remember that one time Mikasa ate an apple? No, I'm not gonna be doing that. It's just gonna be like very, very simple.
Thing is, do not do that. That's not a good idea. I made a video on that too. Do give it a watch. The fifth point is that do not ridicule anyone for not believing into AOE, for not getting into AOE. And it's because, hey, we are not like the trolls. Do not change and morph into one of them. If they don't believe in AOE, they don't believe into AOE, and that's that. That's the end of it. If you somehow believe that believing in something or experiencing a media or something makes you superior to another person, you become an elitist. Do not become an elitist. That's a very, very bad idea. Do not do that. It's a pretty bad idea. That's a pretty bad sentiment, and it's bad. It's just bad. There is no superiority. An elitist. That's a very, very bad idea. Do not do that. It's a pretty bad idea. That's a pretty bad sentiment, and it's bad. It's just bad. There is no superiority in believing in anything. Yeah, you could feel better being part of something as AOE and being like, yeah, we actually checked the evidences, we did our homework, you didn't. But do not get the superiority complex and shit. Do not do that. And the sixth point, again, it's not about believing in AOE. I'm gonna make emphasis on this because it's pretty important. The words you use when you are discussing things actually sets the tone. If they do consider you a cult-like person, they are not going to even listen to you, even if you are presenting them with the only and the one and only truth of the whole universe. So it's not about believing in anime original ending.
Okay, wait, hold up. I do have something to say about that. It is very, very easy to weaponize like the Jaegerists, just because like, since we're so passionate about it, like I said, it's either you're either with us or you're against us. So it's very, very easy to weaponize. I can easily become that. Like, I'm like in my last video, I was like, okay, like the way I was wording certain things in the comments, I'm like, yo, I gotta be careful with this, because I want people to keep coming back so they can understand like what I'm trying to like say, but I don't want to weaponize like the Jaegerists, if that makes any sense. I don't want to weaponize them, because then it's just gonna be like, I don't want to be that guy in the AOE community and be like, hey, like this guy, he's a toxic one, don't get near his fan base. Like, no, like I do believe that we are crazy, but it's just like, you don't believe in it, then you just don't believe in it. It's like, I don't want like the people in the comments being like, hey, like you have to believe in it because of all this evidence. It's like, yes, there's all this evidence, but it's like, you choose to believe it if you want to, but it's very easy to weaponize the Jaegers.
Like person, they are not going to even listen to you, even if you are presenting them with the only and the one and only truth of the whole universe. So it's not about believing in anime original ending. It's about accepting the probability of it happening because of the evidences in the work, declarations of Isayama, of Yams, or some other people, or Mima Sensei. It's about that.
Oh, yeah, okay. The one thing I was using in the comments in my last video is the more love like thing, because there are two timelines to that. So it's like he said, you can bring them the most holy grail of like evidence. That is the most holy grail of evidence, like more love. He straight up said he ripped it off. You choose if you believe that, because most of the time animes, I don't think there's any animes that I know of. I mean, the only one I can think of is Darling in the Franxx, but it was like nothing crazy. It's just like they chose to end it off at a certain point in the manga, and the show just continued off of that, like whatever didn't finish off the manga. But yeah, they get to choose if they want to believe it, but most animes don't change their ending, so I do understand why they think, oh, it's not, the ending's not going to change. I do understand that, because most animes don't do that.
Probability of it happening because of the evidences in the work, declarations of Isayama, of Yams, or some other people, or Mima Sensei. It's about that. It's not about making people believe in that. Do not really use the word believe that much when you are discussing. I don't care about like shit talking or talking within the community or anything. I'm just giving you an advice on when you are trying to make people get into AOE. And there is the last one, the seventh one, that I think is the most important. Guys, you should be having fun with this thing. It shouldn't become some...
Okay, yeah, that's the very fun part about the AOE community. Like, when the manga was going, like I said, I was watching Always Try Hard. If you guys don't know who he is, he does AOE videos. But when the manga was going, it was fun after each chapter ended. Like, he'll always make a video theorizing on what's gonna happen next. I'd be like, oh, okay, this is like, I loved coming to his videos every single time he uploaded to see what he was gonna upload and what he thought about and what things he caught that I didn't catch at first. And that's the very fun part about the AOE community. It's like, we get to theorize. If it happens or not, it's just very fun to theorize. It's very fun to theorize about what's gonna happen next. I'm getting the same joy that I'm getting from when like the manga was ending. And Mappa, they know what they're doing. Like, they're dropping small little hints. Like I said in the comments on my last video, I said if they do decide to go the manga ending, then why are they dropping these small little hints of AOE? It's just like so they can get. I'm for sure they are aware of the AOE people, just because they know like that most of us didn't really like the manga ending. So they're dropping little hints in there for us to come back and return. So we'll be like, oh, is this really gonna happen? Like, it's just like, they know what they're doing. They're having fun with, like, they're having fun giving us little hints, and we're having fun theorizing.
Seventh one that I think is the most important. Guys, you should be having fun with this thing. It shouldn't become some kind of personal vendetta against people. It's nice if it becomes a big part of your life, but if you kind of make that into a very serious thing, you are ruining your chances of having fun. I do understand that it's gonna be hard and harsh in the next coming weeks and months to function in the social media, because you know, some things are gonna drop, some having fun. I do understand that it's gonna be hard and harsh in the next coming weeks and months to function in the social media, because you know, some things are gonna drop, there are gonna be doomers, there are gonna be trolls, NPCs, but do try to be a little more flexible. Boomers, there are gonna be trolls, NPCs, but do try to be a little more flexible, let's say. And if someone is bad-mouthing AOE or anything in general, let it be. If you can't talk to them, if you can't, just leave out your points and mute the conversation and just go away if you see there are some kind of NPCs. And do not really get into dooming that much. We could get AOE even after the whole thing is finished, like some years.
Yes, like I said, yes, AOE till last frame. I'm not gonna give up on that. AOE till last frame. So if you guys don't know Merlove, like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about it, but it did come like alternative, and the first one came out as 2 separate times. So AOE till last frame, like, I'm not giving up.
Well, let it be. If you can't talk to them, if you can't, just leave out your points and mute the conversation and just go away if you see there are some kind of NPCs. And do not really get into dooming that much. We could get AOE even after the whole thing is finished, like some years after. Do refer to Mavlov for that. So thank you for watching the video.
But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, I'm going to be making more Attack on Titan videos. I'm going to be doing more AOE stuff. It's mostly going to be AOE. But I am going to be making theory, like small theory videos, just very complicated, like not very, why am I saying complicated? Very simple. So yeah, for those videos, if you guys are for the people that subscribe, if you guys click on those videos, you are going to be seeing people coming from the anime only community. So if you see like comments on like certain things saying like, oh, this is fake, like this, you're just going crazy, you lost your mind, right? Don't start a war in the comments just because like in the last video it was starting a war in the comments, and I don't want that. But yeah, once I finish those theories, I'm not gonna be making any more Attack on Titan videos until the next episode drops, just like it is gonna take a while. Come out until fall, so it is gonna take a while. So I'm probably gonna like, I don't want to try to sprinkle. I don't want to drop all the theories all at once, so I'm gonna kind of sprinkle it in between, leading up to the next episode. But yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like. If you want to keep watching more AOE videos I'm gonna be dropping, hit subscribe, and I'm gonna be posting my reaction to see if there is gonna be AOE happening. Like when the episode drops, I'm gonna be doing a reaction video to the moments that could have been AOE or was AOE. So I'm gonna be doing that. So if you guys want to see that, hit subscribe. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in another Attack on Titan video. So yeah.